Hi, Alex.
Hi, Andrea. Good
Thank
morning.
you for being on Entrepreneur Talk Show.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Alex, I
Honest.
know you are a very experienced business person, very successful in what you used to do, and you totally maneuver another ship right now.
Yeah.
Perhaps you want to introduce yourself a little bit.
Well, how should I say that? I was a technopreneur. I mean, back in those days, I started an IT software company together, two of us with my partner, and we managed to maneuver it. We went into a niche market. We built the company very big, and at the time, I always said that I wanted to retire at 50. And my partner was always against the idea. But well, things happen. I retired a bit from the company a bit slow. But what really pushed me was because I felt really sick. All right, I became diabetic. I had hypertension. I was twice the size I am right now. I was weighing, near to 100 kg, and I had a lot of health complications. I guess that's one of the things, one of the price you pay for corporate success. And during 2017, I sort of realized that, my life is going nowhere, right? Yeah, I'm not boasting, but then, the money was relatively good, but, I'm feeling very hollow inside. So I decided, I told my partner, look, I'm getting up. I want to pursue whatever is left in my life. I want to help people with their health. And today, 3 years later, I'm here. I successfully pivoted my life towards a more spiritual side internally. And I'm helping people get off their medications for diabetes, hypertension, metabolic issues, fatty liver. I even went, I finally got my diploma. Those days I was born in 1965, so no, but you started working after SPM then. So and so I finally got my first diploma in my life, and I went after nutritional coaching, nutritional and health coaching. I learned a lot about nutrition, and I found that it basically agreed with what I was doing for the past few years, recovering my own health, and I decided to make it my life mission. I mean, that's all. I'm a simple person.
Wow. To have a second business or second career at a age where you already seen your first success, that's not an easy task, isn't it?
I guess there's the task this time. I guess I bit off a bit more than I realized, because working with people's health is a bit different from corporate. I
Mm.
came from a corporate background. So in corporate, people sort of like they give you courtesy because basically courtesy where courtesy is required. But when you're working with people's health, you're working with their mental approach. They are reluctant to change, and then they want instant gratification. I mean, it's part of our life, and change is painful. So along the way, I learned that other than just working on the physical side of the body, we also have to work on the mental side.
Mm.
And many of us we carry blockages in our mind. So I have also went ahead. Other than that, and I attended NLP courses. I learned what makes my own mind tick. And along the way, I also started studying Chinese metaphysics because it helps me get back to my Chinese roots, so to say. And yeah, it helped me. I think at the end of the day, right now, my business is more focused on helping people, both on the physical side and both on the mental side. And all the tools that I have at my disposal is mainly to make them a better person, make their life better, and make them healthier so that they can face the challenges of the rest of their life. And you'll be surprised to know some of my clients are as young as below 20 years old.
Wow. So you literally use your experience and your skill sets to turn this around to become your current product offering and business.
Yeah,
Wow.
it, it's a tough thing when I started. Malaysians, we don't really believe in paying for services.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have a product except the knowledge.
Mm.
So, and 20 plus years of selling a software where you have a product and now you're selling your skills is a totally different ball game,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So have to reinvent myself. I have to teach myself the skills all over again.
Mhm.
But I'm blessed, in my life that I meet up with a lot of mentors. For example, like you, we meet
Thank
up.
you.
I learn from you, and I meet up with a lot of people who are, they happily share their knowledge with me. And the courses that I sign up for, the people that I meet, they are very generous. They are not the kind of the run-the-mill kind of tutors where they just milk you for your money. And I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. My life has been more than good, I would say. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's been more than good. And yeah.
What are some of your advice for people who recently lost their job or lost their income or cut down that salary in this area of providing services? Because I can hear it as as a form of very low capital or near a zero capital sort of business startups.
Okay, that is the first myth. It's not zero capital.
Mm-hmm.
All right, your time is capital.
Yep.
Your energy is capital. So if you don't have monetary capital, use your time, use your energy. I believe everybody has got an innate knowledge in them that can be of value to somebody. Most of the time, we are so caught up with our thoughts of, I've got this loan to pay off, that loan to pay off. So I think if you are in a position when I stepped out of my previous company, the first thing I make sure was to actually organize my finance, because I know I'm going into the rough sea, right? It's like you are in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, you're throwing the engine into the ocean and you're paddling. So you better be prepared. Secondly, rough times are coming. All right. We all know, but the thing is, what are you doing about it? So reorganize your finances. And importantly, when you step out to the market, I made the biggest mistake of all was I expected big income. I thought, I'm used to having big numbers. So then I thought the big numbers were coming. Then I realized that nobody actually appreciated the value that I wanted to deliver. So I guess right now this pandemic has got one thing very good happening, is that if you really go out and help people and you advise people on their health and on whatever values that you have, and you give it freely, and there will be people who come, there will be some others who come out of 10 or maybe 50 that you meet up with, you interact with. There will be that few that comes to say, hey, look, can I engage you on a time basis? I have got this big problem and I think you can help me. And why don't you just start charging a small amount beginning and gradually build it up? It took me 3 years and I'm still having to build up because I still need a bigger audience. But the thing is, 3 years ago, what I'm charging now and what I was charging 3 years before is, it's a world of difference. But it took me 3 years to build up the credibility, to build up the case studies, to build up the following. All right, I mean, you need to have a following, and I always tell everybody, believe in what you are. Everybody is a talented person. I haven't come across a person who is willing to do something and don't have talent.
And one thing I truly learned from you today, and it's the precious thing about giving and don't expect that return.
But to be honest, I had those pressures, and I was giving so much and nothing was coming. All right. So luckily for me, I'm a very prudent person. So like I say, get your basics in place. Of course, you got to make sure that you have got at least the basic necessity. Feed your children, feed your parents, feed your dog. I've got a lovely puppy, so feed the dog. And make sure that you are in control.
Yep.
I mean, if you are on autopilot mode, then you can't blame anybody.
So the sense of control over your own life is also utmost important.
Yes. I learned that many years ago
Yep.
from my bosses.
Alex, thank you very much for your time. I've learned so much over this chat and hope that you are back here again sharing more about what you have done.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye.